Welcome to the new segment of the grade 9th. We are discussing 4th chapter of history and question answers also we are discussing. The second question is, what are the similarities between colonial management of the forest in Bastar and in Java? So answer you can write like this. The similarities between colonial management of the forests in Bastar and in Java. The first similarities: forest law were enacted in Java and Bastar. Second point, these laws restricted villagers' access to forests. Third point, timber could be cut from only specified forests and under close supervision. Villagers were punished for entering forests and collecting forest products without permit. Fifth point, permits were issued to the forest villagers for entry into forests and collection of. Sixth point, both had a forest service. Both followed a system of forestry which was known as scientific forestry. Next point, in both places, Forest Act meant severe hardship for villagers. Their everyday practices, cutting wood for their houses, grazing their cattle, collecting fruits and roots, hunting and fishing became illegal. Last point, constables and forest guards began to harsh people. Next question. Between 1880 and 1920, forest cover in the Indian subcontinent declined by 9.7 million hectares from 108.6 million hectares to 98.9 million hectares. Discuss the role of the following factors in this decline. So first one is railways, second one shipbuilding, third one agriculture expansion, fourth one commercial farming, fifth one tea coffee plantation, sixth one Adivasis and other peasant users. So first one, railways. Railways played a vital role in the decline of the forest cover in India. For laying railway tracks, forest land had to be declared. Apart from cleaning area for tracks, railway locomotives required timber for fuel and sleepers. For all these needed forests had to be cut down. The British government gave contracts to individuals to supply the required quantity of timber. These individuals cut down trees indiscriminately. Second one, shipbuilding. By the end of 19th century, oak forests in England had almost disappeared. This created a shortage of timber for the Royal Navy. If the imperial power was to be protected and maintained, the buildings of ships was the first priority. So, search parties were sent to explore the forest resources of India. A large number of sleepers began to be exported to England annually. This further led to the indiscriminate cutting of forests, cutting of trees year after year, which cause deforestation on the massive scale. Third one, agriculture expansion. Population was on the rise and the demand for food increased. Peasants extended the boundaries of cultivation by clearing forests. This gave them more land available for cultivation. In addition, there was great demand for cash crops such as tea, coffee, tea, cotton, jute, sugar, etc., which were needed to feed the industries of England. Fourth one, commercial farming. The British directly encouraged the production of commercial crops like jute, sugar, wheat, and cotton. The demand for these crops increased in the 19th century in Europe. where food grains were needed to feed the growing urban population and raw materials were required for industrial production. Hence, large tracts of forest land were cleared to make land available for commercial farming. Fifth one, plantations. The colonial state thought that forest land is unproductive, yield agricultural produce nor revenue. Large area of natural forests were hence make a way Europe's growing need for these commodities took over the planters at cheap rates. The areas were enclosed and cleared of forests and planted with tea or coffee. Last one, Adivasis and other peasant users. The Adivasis and other peasant users gather forest products and graze their cattle. Their livelihood mainly came from forest produce. These does not destroy and forest expect sometimes in shifting agriculture. In fact, now the new traits that promote forest conservation tend to involve total villages in conservation and preservation. The Adivasis and other peasant communities regard the forest as their own and even engage watchmen to keep a vigil over their forest. So, fourth question, why are forests affected by wars? Forests are affected by wars and these often lead to deforestation. Forests during war are freely cut to meet the needed of war. Freely cut to meet the needs of war. Forests are as important resources, and hence during war they are destroyed by their own country under the scorching earth policy. This prevents their enemy from using these resources. Many villages used this opportunity to expand cultivation in the forest. So you can refer your NCERT textbook of grade 9th history. Thank you.